Hi everyone in YouTube land. I am doing another video, and this is a review of a doll item that I picked up. And I picked this item up a couple months ago, and it's actually a My Life item. So it's My Life fashion designer playset. And so it comes with the sewing machine, with the sewing table and stool. This is supposed to really work. There's a battery component in the back, but I do not have a battery available, so I'm just going to give you the review, letting you guys know that it is battery operated if you would like the sound effects. It comes with this stand right here where you can put your clothes and anything else that you would like to sew. And it doesn't come with a My Life doll, but I do have My Life doll here modeling the set. So she's here to help out. And I do have Samantha here from American Girl, but she's a Pleasant Company Samantha. And this is a Pleasant Company Addie. And the reason I have these two American Girl, aka Pleasant Company dolls, with this review is because Samantha has a storyline that involves a seamstress who works for her grandmary. And the seamstress, her name I believe is Jessie, and she sews all of Samantha's beautiful clothes in the story. And the first story, Meet Samantha, you actually are introduced to the seamstress, and Samantha is there getting fitted for the dress. All right, in Addie's story, her mother is the seamstress, and she's working for a woman by the name of Mrs. Ford. So they are in Mrs. Ford's dress shop. They actually rent a room in the shop itself, and Addie's mother ends up sewing a lot of the clothes. So even though this is not historically correct, as far as the sewing machine is concerned, I'm sure a lot of doll collectors will point that out, that this is not historical in any way, shape, or form, but it is a doll item, hence a doll collector's video. So for anyone who's trying to be politically correct, please go to CNN or find a news video outlet. But this is for all people who love dolls. So this video is doll related. So we're going to talk about something not being historically correct when it comes to a doll. Is it functioning for a doll? Yes. Does it go with Addie's story theme? Yes. Does it go with Samantha, the doll story theme? Yes. And then we have the My Life doll, who it is made for. So if you wanted to make this a modern dressmaker set, you could. All right, so let's get into what the pieces include. It includes measuring tape, a thimble, and it's plastic, and this right here is a pin cushion that you can hold around your wrist or your doll's wrist. But in real life, you would hold that around your wrist if it was real. All right, you have thread, and you have another thing of faux thread. This isn't real thread. So it comes with 3 different colors. It comes with purple, blue, and pink. And you also get some pink scissors, and they really do open and close. So again, this is not historically correct if you wanted to use it with Samantha or Addie's story or display. But again, I think if you're just acting out Addie's story and you need something to go into Miss Ford's dress shop just for Addie, I think this will be fine. Now, if you wanted to do a research project on what sewing machines looked like back in 1860 or the 1900s, early 1900s, Edwardian period, you could actually do that and then put like a little index card right beside it. And you could do like a chronology of how the sewing machines have evolved over the years if you really wanted to be politically correct about this. You could even see if you could find a dress that you can hang on this. So I'll see if I can do that real quick. And you could maybe, I don't know, maybe you could find an old-fashioned sewing machine if you're really hard pressed to really make this historically accurate. But I think because this is made for a doll and it's something that you can pick up for My Life and use for all your dolls, I think it's a good find. The stool's a little low, but that's okay. I don't mind a low stool because I think it just really makes everything look great with the dolls in the scene. Okay, so here we go. I actually found Addie's dress and sewing items here that came with her special edition outfit. And it was a limited time outfit. So you had the faux pin cushion with the pins. And this was from Addie's collection, the measuring tape. And the scissors. So even though the scissors looked more old-fashioned, they still are plastic. So for people who are critics, you're still not going to get what you want from American Girl. I think My Life is trying. So even though they're not going to make an old-fashioned sewing machine, neither is American Girl. We don't really have anything out there for Addie's collection from American Girl. So I think if you really wanted to create or recreate something, My Life is the way to go. I'm making it so that Addie is sewing this on the sewing machine, her dress that is, and her dress actually fits on the dress stand. So it's really nice if you wanted to showcase a dress and see what it looks like if someone's recreating it. Okay, and for those of you who are also critics of everything being plastic and not true to form, remember that Addie's collection once had her own sewing kit where it had faux needles and you could actually sew her name on her own apron. And that set was actually on display with her Christmas items in the catalog from 1993. So she did have real needles in her kit. But nowadays, everyone's kind of skeptical of kids being able to do really nice things, realistic things, things that Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts would be able to do. So American Girl is kind of funny about putting real items in sets nowadays for children. Where when I was growing up back in 93, I learned how to sew when I was 9.5 years old. And by me learning how to sew at the age of 9, I had to work with a real needle and real thread and sew my own doll. I think I had to sew a pillow doll all on my own using real fabric and cushions and fillers. So I think today's generation is not, I think adults are not really being fair to today's generation where they're looking at kids thinking that they can't handle real sets that include things that kids can put together and really sew and really do for themselves. So I really feel sorry about that. I really feel like we as adults have to try to get the younger generation into doing real life things, whether it's a camp out or whether it's going fishing or doing outdoor activities or selling things door to door. Like I think for Girl Scouts, we had to do the Girl Scout cookies and I had to sell them door to door. Nowadays, people don't want to do that. They don't want to ask their children to do that because they think it's too dangerous. So in some neighborhoods, yes, you can't trust everybody. So I want to kind of put that warning out there. But when it comes to American Girl sets and My Life sets, this is where we're at. We're working with plastic. We're working with things that aren't real. So before I have critics tell me, well, it would have been better if this was an old-fashioned sewing machine. It would have been better if everything was metal. And you had real thread to work with. Well, doll companies aren't doing that right now. So, because this is a doll review on what you guys can buy for your doll collection, until American Girl and until My Life feels comfortable in trusting kids with needle and threads and things like that, we have the faux stuff, the fake plastic stuff. So that's where we're at. History is not really being talked about nowadays. If anyone's going to do anything with history, it's probably going to be American Girl, not My Life. So until American Girl can come out with a sewing machine for either Addie's line or Samantha's line, because it is in their stories, we're going to have to deal with the fake stuff. All right, guys, I hope that you like this review. If you can find this on eBay or Amazon or even Walmart, I would go ahead and pick it up because it is really nice to have with the dolls. All right, talk to you guys later.